And so there we are, we left Baiona. Navigationally speaking, we've gone nowhere for a week. We're in the same place, because that's where we stayed for a week. We're on the same spot of the earth as we were a week ago, which is bad. Came out in pretty nasty swell from the storm from a couple of nights ago, but it's settling down. And here we are at last in the Spanish Rias. We're under power because there's just no wind. While we're out in the bay, I couldn't film. There were just too many rocks. There's rocks all around. The sail was fogging like hell. I just got the mainsail up, but it's steadied down now because we're behind the islands. The old hydro vane still can't work. There's not enough wind, so I'm manually steering for most of it. But as you can see now, this is where we are. These are the Spanish Rias, and this is the part of the journey that I should be enjoying, sailing through here and having fun. But we're not. We're under power. It's still a bit tortuous. Well, frustrating is the word. Frustrating. So at least now we're heading north, and we're going to a place I cannot pronounce. It starts with an X, the way it's spelled, so God knows how it's pronounced. And we're going to get the boat lifted, get the bottom cleaned, and maybe we can do some better sailing. That's an anchorage over there. Beautiful. Yeah, maybe next summer, while we're on the way back down, I can stop there one day. It's beautiful. It's just a big beach, and you can actually yacht there. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got an anchorage of a different type, with the big boys. They're here, waiting to be able to take on a load of discharge. There's a place not far from here, a big city, whose name I've also forgotten. So, here we go. And the other good thing, of course, is it's sunny today. There's no rain. Unfortunately, there's no wind. We could do a bit of wind. The swell outside, that's outside the Rias, out in the sea. I can't zoom in any more than that. But it's quite rough. It's uncomfortable. You can't relax. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee while we're behind the islands here. We're well sheltered. Make sure everything's okay with the boat. And when we get out the far side down there somewhere, it's going to get rough again. So hopefully by the afternoon when we make that, it might come down a bit. And there is that beautiful, beautiful anchorage. I've got to go there sometime. Of this particular chain of islands which have been protecting us from the offshore swell. Then we've got some more islands further north, and then we're going into a big inlet about 15 miles to run yet. We'll see. It'd be nice if we could get a little bit of wind, so I can put the other sail up and fill this one, because it's not doing any work. It's just flopping it out. We don't do floppy sails on this one. This is bloody scary. I'm having the boat lifted and they're like, ooh, I don't know where the strops go and everything like that, and I'm hanging in mid-air at the moment. Oh God, please don't drop my boat. Or please, Spanish yard worker, don't drop my boat, possibly. Ooh. This is the bit where we go to land, literally. The boat's been taken over the concrete. Oh my God. Oh. It's been a long day. slightly worse state than I thought she would be. The idea behind this is the bottom is foul, and when you get a foul bottom, that's not a good thing. So we're getting the old bottom done, make it smoother and hopefully faster, because if I continue to travel at the speeds I've been travelling at, I'm never going to get across the Bay of Biscay, which is 300 miles of open water. I'm never going to get across there before I die of old age, if I don't do something. So this is an attempt at well, getting some speed on the boat. Also, it needed a good clean. And so the boat lift was successful. Hopefully that's going to get us more speed in the water and get us back to the UK quicker. If I can just backtrack the story quickly. Here we were in Baiona just a few days ago, and then we motored all the way up through here. This is where I was filming, where the anchorages were. Beautiful place. And we did it all under motor, about 15 miles. Took us 5 hours because there was heavy swell from the storms that had come through, but absolutely no wind. And we went up to here, and this is what it's called. It's Sanxenxo. There's no way I can pronounce the name of this town. Anyway, got the boat lifted. I left yesterday. We came round here through these islands, and there was a southeast wind blowing, which is pretty much the direction of that pencil. And I was protected, and I got through here to just to here, where it's going to be open sea. And we were looking to do 40 miles up the coast basically, and got hit by a hell of a lot of wind and had to turn back. It wasn't good, and that in turn gave us another problem that I discovered. So as I had to spend yet another 2 days in a marina because of the weather, I thought I'd check over the boat and check for any damage or anything that needed to be done. Lifted up the floor and found a lot of oil. We'd got oil in the bilge, and because of the rough weather and the boat doing this, it had just all come through. I'm hoping it was from an accidental overfill that I did a couple of weeks ago, and the oil's just been hiding in the bilge, and it hasn't come out of the engine somewhere, although the engine is burning oil, and I'm going to have to keep topping it up and keep an eye on that. But how to get the oil out? Well, I spent hours doing that, but I've got to come up with another plan. So that's the offending hole, and I got most of it up, but there's still oil down there and you cannot get to it. So what's my secret weapon? Well, it's diapers. There you go. I thought, well, if you get a diaper like that and you cut it up, you end up with a rather nice absorbent pad. And I've seen expensive ones that are designed to soak up oil, and they look pretty much like that. So we're going to give that a go. I'm going to stick that down there and see if it works. I don't know if you can see this, but put that down the bottom of the bilge and see if we get any success with that at all. Yeah, not too bad. Results of a sort. It seemed to pick up better when there's water in the oil. So I got a little bit more oil down here. It's actually pooling just in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, I've cut one in half, and I'm taking the inner lining off. I've cut that out, because inside there's this stuff, and it looks pretty good. I think that's the stuff that actually absorbs the liquid, so we'll try that. I'm trying to balance with the camera. You know, what did you do today, Barry? Well, I was upside down in a bilge full of oil with the camera in one hand and a baby's diaper in the other. Yeah, that's sort of getting it. The thing is, I was using so much paper towel, it was ridiculous. I know this is not a green way of doing it, but you can't pump this, you know, you can't clean this stuff and throw it down a drain, you know, it's got to be done properly. Got a limited amount of success out of the oil spill technique with the diapers. They're designed really for liquid like water, I mean obviously urine. So I thought that I actually have a leak here that keeps occurring. Eventually all this stuff will get to it. It's on my maintenance list.
But until I do, I'm trying to keep the bilges nice and clean, because that's always a good sign of a well cared for boat. The water always runs in this little compartment here, so I thought as a preventative thing I'll try just putting a cut down the diaper down there and just leave it and see if that does the job at catching any water in the future. And so there you go, diapers and sailing. How radical is that? Had another great idea. If you're in the middle of nowhere and you or your crew sustain a soft tissue injury, then if push comes to shove and a little stopgap, this would be a very good way of stemming blood flow, protecting a wound, helping in general first aid and so on. It's just a thought, so maybe it's worth carrying diapers on your boat. We're getting pretty close to the jumping off point to get across the Bay of Biscay to get across to France. So yeah, Finisterre, and guess what? We're here.